And there's a look into the North Prep Annual Fun Fair here in the Forest Hill North neighborhood. And hey everyone, it is Tuesday, June 13th, and the time right now is 3:26 p.m. and the temperature is around 19 degrees Celsius. And as mentioned, I'm here in Forest Hill North, and there is the e-scooter. And this is the northern end of Spadina Road. This is the intersection of Spadina and New Haven Drive. And as what's become an annual tradition on this channel, I'll be riding southbound Spadina, although this time I'll include this last little stretch just north of Eglinton. And I'll be riding down Spadina Road past Casa Loma, and then past Bloor Street where it becomes Spadina Avenue, heading through Chinatown and making my way down to Lake Ontario. And I believe this route was the first time I ever did a narrated video, and that was a helmet cam bike ride. If it wasn't the first, it was amongst the first few. It is raining lately, so hopefully this one turns out all right, but anywho, let's get moving here. And away we go. So this is south from the north end of Spadina. The total route should be somewhere around 8.6 kilometers. It is raining just very lightly. Hopefully the camera lens holds up. And I'm not sure how or why this last leg of Spadina here came to be, as it doesn't really seem to align with the rest of Spadina. I think the Beltline, which was built in the 1800s for a rail line, had something to do with breaking it up. But this is Chaplin Crescent. I'm going to turn left here and then make an immediate right onto Eglinton and then ride back over to Spadina Road. And just on the left is the new Chaplin Crescent LRT station. Why an LRT station needs such a big plot is beyond me, but it looks pretty nice at least. And this is Eglinton Avenue, and there's Spadina Road straight ahead, so I'll be turning left. I think this is new, a Sharrow on Eglinton. I might as well cross as the pedestrians do here. And strangely, there is no south crossing on the west side of the intersection here. That's weird. So we're gonna have to wait out this light cycle. And Eglinton here is the border between Forest Hill North, which is behind me, and Forest Hill South, which is where we're about to go through. It looks like I got hopped off there and made a left turn, but the counter is making its way down to 0. I might as well wait for it. In those previous videos, I started right here. I did this one, I think, in June of 2020 on a bike, and then again in 2021. And once more last year, all those were on bikes. This is the first time doing it on an e-scooter. Although it feels like I've spent more time walking on this one so far. I'm gonna go left here and we'll continue down Spadina Road. Spadina Road actually gets broken up in two places. One right here at Eglinton and another around Casa Loma. I definitely should have waited in that left lane. I would have turned on this advanced green for sure. Oh well. No biggie. There we go. And it's south through Forest Hill South, which is actually a very suburban neighborhood by design. I wouldn't quite call it car dependent, but almost so. But one thing that is nice about it versus other suburban areas in the city is that it's at least not very homogeneous. Most of the building and home designs are quite unique to one another. It's not just an endless row of cookie cutter homes like you see in parts of East York and other areas. This here is Old Forest Hill Road that I'm going across. There is a retail area just up ahead. And soon after that will be St. Clair Avenue. And that'll lead us down past Casa Loma. And if the rain holds up, I'm hoping that once I get down to the lake, I can start up a live stream on this thing. I brought my gear for that. This is one of the most affluent neighborhoods in the city for sure. As you can see, it's very suburban in its design. I don't know if she was waving at me or what. And this is Burton Road. I wasn't really paying attention to the weather all day. I just kind of assumed it wouldn't be raining when I went outside. Oh well. Seems to have pretty much let up. Well, the old apartment building on the left appears to be boarded up. Could be some renovations taking place there. There's that little retail area I talked about. And it is Jewish Music Week from May 28th to June 4th. I guess that has come and gone. There's a Starbucks and a What a Bagel and a second cup. Big aroma. No shortage of cafes here. There's a beautiful home on the corner there. Looks like it's townhomes. And this is Heath Street West, which to the west of here will lead you past St. Clair West Station, and it'll turn into a street called Chichester. Once I'm south of Bloor, I'll be downtown, and Spadina Road will become Spadina Avenue, but first we have to pass through a neighborhood often just referred to as Casa Loma, and then it'll be through the Annex. Here is St. Clair Avenue West, and it looks like I'm going to make the light. Sir Winston Churchill Park is on the left. This is the Nordheimer Ravine I'm currently passing over. And you can see some of the towers in Yorkville, the north end of downtown. Off in the distance there. There's a lot of traffic backed up going north on Spadina. But just up ahead will be Casa Loma, which I think was completed in 1917 and designed by a famous local architect, E.J. Lennox, who's behind a number of prominent buildings from that era, including the old City Hall. At least I think it was him behind that. But there are the Casa Loma stables just off to the right. And the Spadina Museum on the left there. But here's where Spadina comes to an end, as if I were to keep going straight, that would take us through a little park and the Baldwin Steps. There's Casa Loma. There's always events and things going on there. I don't really feel like cutting across traffic, but this is a one-way street here. But those are the Casa Loma stables straight ahead there, just on the left, and they're connected, I believe, via an underground passageway to Casa Loma. All right, so I think it was actually 1914, not 1917 when it opened, or it was completed. So this little jog here is going to take us down to Davenport Road. I'm going to make a left and then a right back onto where Spadina resumes. If I weren't setting out to record all of Spadina, I would just go straight here because this would lead us back to Spadina as well. It might be better actually with this traffic just to go straight and then cross with the pedestrian crossing. I might not make that left. Yeah, that works. Davenport has a bike lane. So on the left is the shoreline of an old ancient lake, Lake Iroquois. That's why there's a steep hill there leading up to where Casa Loma is, and that runs along most of Davenport. And these steps on the left are called the Baldwin Steps. If you go up there, you can get a spectacular view of the city. And it's back on to Spadina, and that's the last time I should have to venture off of Spadina. And from here, it's going to be a straight shot down to the lake. This is McPherson Avenue. We're going to go under the CP rail tracks, and then we'll be DuPont. And this is where we'll find DuPont Station. And it is into the Annex neighborhood. Although if some evil planners got their way, this actually would have been an expressway. There's a sightseeing bus, no doubt, making its way up to Casa Loma, and it's going to get stuck in some traffic, it looks like. But in the 60s, there were plans to build an expressway that would align with Spadina here and rip up this area as well as Chinatown. Fortunately, those plans were halted in 1971. And Jane Jacobs, who was also known for defeating, I believe, what was the Manhattan Expressway in New York, played a role in putting the kibosh on what would have been a disastrous project. They did start building it, but it runs for just a little length north of Eglinton. It's known as Allen Road. But the 50s and 60s were a very car-centric time, and a lot of cities in America were ripping up neighborhoods, usually poorer black neighborhoods, to align highways through. But fortunately, Spadina and the many neighborhoods that run along the stretch were spared. Looks like there's some road work going on here. They are making Spadina Station here more accessible. It looks like they're adding elevators to this end. Spadina serves 2 lines. And this is line 1. It is a very long transfer from line 1 to line 2. I would recommend just going to St. George Station, where you can make the same transfer, although those lines are stacked there. Another red light. And that is Bloor Street straight ahead, and this is where Spadina Road will become Spadina Avenue. There's the main entrance to Spadina Station just up ahead. BMW not using a turn signal. Why am I not surprised? Of course it's turning right. Oh, there we go. Yes, now it signals. So the area on the left is mostly the University of Toronto St. George campus. On the right is a neighborhood known as Harvard Village, sometimes referred to as South Annex. This is Sussex Avenue. This street is Harvard Street. There's a 510 Spadina streetcar, and south of Spadina Station, the streetcar runs from here all the way to Queens Quay, and then it'll turn left and make its way over to Union Station. And it does get to ride through a dedicated right-of-way that opened in 1997, and that replaced the Spadina bus, in which the famous Shuffle Demon song was named after and about. You can find that video on YouTube, but before the Spadina bus, there was a streetcar, so it's gone streetcar, bus, back to streetcar. I seem to be the only one who likes to actually stop at reds. And that straight ahead is the Daniels Art Building. Then right around the other side of that, we'll be at College, and then into Chinatown. I bet that streetcar will beat me into Chinatown. But you never know, let's see. I'm not going to go extra fast or anything just because I challenged it to a race. The Daniels building, I believe, is from the 1890s or 1870s actually, but it's been remodeled and it serves as the University of Toronto School of Architecture. Well, I'm still ahead of the streetcar. Oh, we've got a police car here. Walking away for some road work. It is just barely going to beat me into Chinatown. No! I did it! Alright, this is College Street. Hey, what do you know? And we're in Chinatown. You get that somewhat iconic view of the CN Tower on the left. And these ridiculous sharrows, which serve absolutely no purpose other than to make drivers feel too comfortable riding right next to cyclists. They really should put the sharrow in the middle of the lane. Especially with these parked cars up here. It's just encouraging you to ride into the door zone. Well, I'm way ahead of that streetcar now. It's never going to catch up. And on the right, you'll find yourself in Kensington Market. There's a school bus just stopped here for some reason and a car behind it letting someone out. And this is the intersection of Dundas and Spadina. I think I've had about a dozen or so thumbnails set at this intersection. Maybe this will be another one. That's a big jolt. There's the Chinatown Center on the right. And this is Queen Street West coming up, which will eventually have a subway station at this corner. There's one of the more interesting McDonald's you'll ever go to. I don't think he's going to make it. Well, he did. Now it's through an area known as the Fashion District. You can see that giant thimble on the right there. That was Adelaide Street. Next up is King. And things always get a little hairy down towards the Gardner Expressway in terms of congestion building up. A lot of people are trying to escape downtown and hop onto the highway. I guess if these sharrows have any benefit at all, they encourage people to stay to their left here. Sometimes drivers hang all the way to the right and you can't really squeeze through. This is a red light. That car is creeping through. Onto Wellington Street, which has some fresh separated bike lanes on it now. All right, light. There we go. There's a car not sharing its lane very well. On the right is the Well. I'm really looking forward to getting in there. It's a huge new multi-building development. There's shopping in there and some public spaces. And we're at Front Street. Those condo towers straight ahead are part of City Place. Which of these two cars is going to win? They're both angling for that lane. I'm heading over the rail corridor. The exhaust from that pickup truck. Oh, it stunk. we've got vehicles trying to merge to the right to turn onto the highway, and I want to go straight here. This is where things get fun if you're on a bike or a scooter. So if you can't get over to the left, the best thing to do is just stay to the right and take the pedestrian crossing straight ahead. I think these cars are all going to get hit by a red light soon. I was able to squeeze over. And we are almost there at the Spadina wave deck. And I have just about done it, all 8.6 kilometers or so, at least according to Google. Of this route. Make sure no one's coming. Try not to hit the pigeon. Looks like there's some people already down by the pier at the end here. There's a plane taking off. Or at least taxiing around the runway. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this one, heading south down all of Spadina Road and Spadina Avenue. Finishing up here at Lake Ontario. Let me put my camera into follow mode. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button if you're in below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.